Yes, we can hear you.
So let me share my screen. So where we stopped in the last session, what we discussed? What we discussed?
It was about the HTML attributes.
Where we discussed about attributes, right?
Attributes, yeah.
So what is an attribute? Attribute is it's a key value pair. It's a key value pair. It tells something about the element. It tells something
Mhm.
about the element. Yes or no? So how many key value pairs, right? Okay, that means how many attributes we can write? We can write any number of attributes, no problem. Attribute value can be anything, but attribute key should be unique or not. One
Right.
attribute to another attribute, how we can differentiate? By using space. If we write like some of the duplicate attributes, okay, then which one it's going to consider my browser instead
The
of
first one.
first one? Always first one. Some of the attributes are like specific to some elements. Some of the attributes are like common for all the elements. Common attributes, tell me. Common attributes.
Name, ID.
Okay, name is
Name, ID,
class. These all are like
class.
okay. Specific. Okay, best example is like href or source. So these are like specific attributes or not. These are like specific attributes. Okay. So far, how many elements you know? How many elements you know? Tell me some of the elements what you know. I asked you to go through that elements list, right? So can you tell me? Okay, how many attributes? Okay, how many elements you know? Just spell out. HTML is the root element. Yes, now. Next,
Body.
head,
Head.
body. Next, some of the elements. Div, para, h1, h1, h2,
Span.
like this h6. Next,
Span.
span, bold, italic.
Input.
Okay, input. Okay, discussed elements. These are right. So this is inline element or block level element. It is inline or block level. Para is inline or block level.
Block.
It's a block level. Why it is block level? Why para is behaving like a block level? Why not my span is behaving like a block level? Why my para is behaving block level? Why not my span is behaving like block? Okay, my span is not behaving like block level. Why? Because element,
Because of CS properties.
yeah, elements behavior is completely depending on what? Elements behavior is completely depending on what?
CSS.
Yes, CSS, right?
Right.
Styles, what we apply or not. Elements behavior is completely depending on the styles what you applied or not. Which styles by default apply to my para? Which styles by default apply to my para?
Display block.
Play block. Another one is like what? Another one is like what?
Margin.
Margin, right? Margin or not. One is like display block, another one is like margin. Because of these two properties, by default to apply to my para, that the reason my para is behaving like a block level with some margin or not. By default do has one, which kind of styling applied? Which kind of styling applied? Display block. Because of these two okay reasons, that means because of the styles by default applied to my div, so my div is acting like a block level, my para is acting like a block level. So finally one statement you can tell the elements behavior. Can you tell me one statement? Elements behavior is completely depending on the CSS what we applied or not. Yes or no? So can I change my span behavior to H1? Possible or not? Can I change the span behavior to H1? Possibility there or not there?
Yes, sir. By changing styling.
Yes. Okay. How we can change it? How we can change it? How we can change? Hmm? Tell me how we can change. Whatever the H1 CSS, whatever we have the H1 CSS, the same CSS if you apply, the same styles if you apply to span, okay, now my span is behaving like what? Apply to my span is behaving like what? My span is behaving like a H1 or not? Can you tell me the default properties which are applied to my H1? The default properties which are applied to my H1. Can you tell me the default properties which are applied to my H1? Tell me. Font size, next. Font,
Font weight,
next. Next.
margin,
Okay, margin, next. Margin, next. Display is what? Block level or not? These many CSS properties by default to my H1, those CSS properties can you apply to my span? That time my span is behaving like what? That time my span is behaving like what? My span is behaving like a H1 or not? Yes or no? Agreed?
right?
Okay. Okay. So finally, the statement is like elements behavior is depending on the CSS what you applied or not. Can you tell me something about okay developer console window? Can you tell me something about developer console window? Hmm? How we can open the developer console window? Right
Right click and inspect.
and inspect or not? Right click and inspect. In this developer console window, tell me some tabs which you observed. Tell me some tabs which you observed which are helpful to us at the time or in our development. Tell me.
Elements,
Element.
console,
Next. Console tab. Next.
networks,
Network tab. Next. Source tab. Next. Application. Okay. Source tab. The next one is like what? Application tab. Agree? Hmm? So these are okay. These are okay. How many? Okay. These are the tabs. Okay. There are some other tabs also there. These are frequently we are going to use in our development. Tell me something about the elements tab. Yesterday we discussed, right? Elements tab. Tell me something about elements tab. Tell me something about elements tab. Very simple. Say this is the browser, no? Okay, in the browser, okay, you opened one tab. In the tab, you opened one URL. This URL we can call it like what? This URL we can call it like what? Tell me, this URL we can call it like a domain name, right? Whenever you open a domain name in the browser, based on the domain name, okay, some of the content loaded inside the browser. This content related source code, if you want to see how we can see it. This content related source code, if you want to see how we can see it in the elements tab.
Mhm.
Okay, in the developer console window, in the elements tab, this content related source code we can see or not. If you want to check it, to right click and inspect it. This is the content, this content related source code we can see here. You people, this is the code they written for what purpose? To display this page or not? Yes, sir. So, in which tag we can see that content related source code, in which tag my browser is going to place? That content related source code, in which tag my browser is going to place? In which tag? In the body tag or not? Yes, sir. In the body tag or not? Now, if you observe here, if I delete body, What happened? What you observe? If I delete the body, what you observe?
Content is deleted.
Okay, whatever the content is visible, that is deleted or not. If I do control Z, if I do control Z, now my body is like present and my content also visible or not. By seeing this one, what you can understand? Okay, whatever my body has, okay, that means whatever my body has the source code, okay, that body related, okay, that means that source code related content is visible to the end user. Yes or no? Okay, so my elements tab contains the content related source code. At the same time, okay, the source code in HTML means elements only, right? Each and every element applied with which CSS properties, those CSS properties we can see here or not. Yes, sir. Agreed? Huh? In the elements tab, what we have? Content related source code, content related source code. Okay, that code applied with which CSS properties also we can see in the elements tab or not. Agreed, everyone? Can you tell me something about elements tab? In the elements tab, what we have? Come on. In the elements tab, what we have?
Content related.
Content related source code. Source code. Content related source code. Source code is HTML. Okay. At the same time, that HTML applied with the, okay, which CSS properties, that CSS properties also we can check it or not. That CSS properties also we can check it or not. Agreed? Tell me. That CSS properties also we can check it or not. So for good about the elements tab. So
Yes.
if you want to know this particular content related source code, how we can check? Okay, this is my content. This is my template related source code. If you want, how we can check it? Right click on it, do inspect. Now in the elements tab, one line highlighted or not. In the elements tab, one line highlighted or not. In that line, okay, see the image is there. That image related stuff you can see here. The image related stuff you can see here or not. This is the image. This image is applied with which CSS properties. We can see all the CSS properties here or not. Yes, sir. This is one way of finding the source code of your content. Another way is what? There has one icon is there in the elements tab left side. See, first one. Can you spell out that title? Okay, that means tooltip. Select an element in the page to inspect it. Now click on it. Now you can drag your mouse. Okay, which content related source code you want, go there and click. Now see, in the elements tab, one line highlighted or not. Can I say that line is what? Can I say that line is what? That line is what? That line is source code of this particular content or not. Agreed? About the elements tab, all are okay? Hmm?
Yes.
Okay. So the next discussion is about network and source. Network and source. The next discussion is about network and source. Network and source. Now, very important. See, can you complete this one before go with this one? Okay. Can you complete this simple assignment? My assignment is what, create one HTML page. Okay, should contains okay div para h1 and okay my Google or my Zoom logo. Okay, create one HTML page should contain div para h1 and image tags and image tag with the Zoom logo. Okay, this is like a image tag with the Zoom logo. Okay, this is the one. Okay, this is the page I want to create. If anybody asked like create one page something like this, okay, what is the approach you follow? Open your editor. Which editor you are using?
VS Code.
Visual.
VS Code editor. Okay. Okay, any editor you can use it, but I prefer like VS Code. That is your wish. So here, okay, you can go to our already created, right? Yes. Now let's go. Here in the HTML, what do you want me to do? In HTML, what do you want me to do? Tell me.
Create para div.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Create the elements what
Create
I
one
asked.
HTML, okay. Can create one HTML. Okay, page dot HTML, for example. Done. Page dot HTML. Okay, tell me here. As per my requirement, I need a div. Okay, next I need a
Para.
para. I need a one h1, right?
Mhm.
I need one h1. Done. Okay. I need one h1. What is the next one?
Image.
Image. Image or not? Okay. So before go with the image, now tell me how we can run this one. We can run this one.
You can open an Explorer and
Okay.
double click that or open a live server.
Yeah, we will in File Explorer. Just double click on it. Double click on it. Done. Agreed? Huh? Done. Huh? But internal what happened? Okay, I want that one. Okay, this is like simply run the HTML. Internally, how it is going to work? Internally, how my browser is.
So not able to hear.
Tell me. Internal process I want. Tell me. Internal process I want. Hmm? Internally, what happened?
Content within body is loaded.
Yeah, first of all, my browser has page.html or not by default. Tell
Mhm.
Is my browser having that page.html? Hmm? Is my browser is having that page.html? Hmm?
We can check.
No, my browser is not by default, right? My browser is separate. Where is your page.html? Tell me. In your D drive.
Local folder.
In your D drive. Okay, somewhere our weekends folder. Inside the weekends folder, in the HTML folder, inside the HTML folder, my page dot HTML is the file or not? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes.
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
when we run it will be loaded, right?
Yeah. By default, I'm asking. Okay. This is the page.html in your local machine, right? This is my local machine or not? Yes. Who require this page.html to render the content? Perfect. Browser, right? Who required this page.html? Browser. So, for example, okay, you are like a browser, you require something. Okay, then that what you have to do? You have to ask him, right? You have to request to him or not. You have to request to him or not. So, how he is going to request? How he is going to request? Hmm? How he is going to request? Okay, when I can go and ask him an aps.html I want like this. Whenever you know the address, then only I can go to that address. I can request to him or not. Yes or no? Come on, general thing.
Yes.
Okay, so that my browser, okay, find the location of the page.html. Already my browser knows. Okay, and he is like requesting to that page.html. Hey man, we need your content. My browser communicate with whom now? Which file? Requested to which file to get
HTML.
the content page.html or not? Yes or no? So my browser communicate with any other person, that one we can say terminology wise request. So my browser send a request to which file?
Page dot H.
Page.html. Whenever my browser requested, okay, my page.html, okay, possibilities tell me. He is going to give the content of the page.html to this person or not? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that guy give some response back to my browser or not? Okay, so what my browser is going to do? Say you asked something to me. Okay, you asked something to me. Okay, if I given to you, what is your next level step? Two things. One is like you can use that item immediately, whatever I given. Another one is like you can store somewhere. Okay, whenever you want, you can use it or not. How many times you want? Yes or no? Possibility there or not there? You asked one item to me. I given that item to you. Okay, in your case, you can use that item immediately, one case, or you can store or keep somewhere that item. Whenever you require, how many times you require, that many times you can use it or not. Possibility there or not there? Possibility there or not there? Yes or no? So that my browser send a request to whom? Page.html. My page.html given what?
Response.
Some response. What my browser is going to do? My browser keep that response somewhere for future purpose. Okay, okay, my browser store response. My browser store response. Okay, somewhere. Okay, for what purpose? Future purpose. Whenever he stored, okay, if he stored that response, whenever you want, you can get that particular response wherever he stored and show, okay, or used or not. Yes or no? Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so my browser send a request and get the response and stored that response for future purpose or not. Okay, so now my browser send a request to which file? Send a request to which file? Tell me. Send a request to which file?
Page.
Page.html file. So my browser send a request, he get the response. That request and responses I want to track. Okay, how we can track the request and responses means in the browser you can do inspect. You can go to the network tab. In the network tab, my browser request and responses we can track it. Can I refresh the page? Can I refresh the page? Now whenever I do refresh, now see one record, one entry you can see here. That entry is like what? Page.html. Now see my browser send how many requests at this moment? Tell me. How many requests
None.
browser sent? One request. How much data transferred from my page.html to my browser? 47 bytes data transferred or not? Within how many milliseconds?
4.
4 milliseconds or not. That response to load in the DOM, how much time it's taken? 43
43.
milliseconds or not.
Okay.
Now in this particular record, if I click it, now you can see some extra information. Now you send a request, my browser send a request to which file? Can you read it? User, so admin document workspace VTS Pro. This is your URL, this is your address or not? Yes or no? Once my browser requested to this person gives me what? A response. Now this is only my response or not? Yes or no? Tell me. Agreed, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Once my browser get the response, what my browser is going to do? Once my browser get the response, what he is going to do?
Store it.
Is stored somewhere or not? So in the network tab, request and responses we can track. But that response stored where?
Source.
In the network tab, request and responses, we can track it, but the responses stored where means in the source tab. Can I open the source tab? Is it really stored or not in the browser? See, okay, file, see user, the file path, my page.html, whatever page.html in your local machine, that is now in the browser or not? Yes or no? Tell me. This is only
Yes, sir.
proof or not? Whatever the response my browser get it, that response my browser stored in the source tab in the file explorer format, exactly how the format is, like file protocol, c drive users, this is the location. Okay, exactly that location page.html now in the browser or not? Whenever that is in the browser, my browser can use it or not? Yes sir, my browser rendered that content inside the, okay, my browser render the content which is visible to the end user. So one line answer, tell me about the network tab. We can, tell me, we can,
Track request and
yeah,
response.
we can track request and responses or not. In the network tab, we can track the request and responses. What about the source tab?
The response is stored in source.
Okay, what about the source tab? 1 second. Yeah. What about the source tab? Whatever my browser get the response, that response is stored in the source tab in the file explorer format, in the file explorer format for future purpose or not? In the file explorer format for future purpose or not? Agreed? Okay. Super good.
Yes.
Okay, that is the one. So another question. In this particular flow, my browser send a request to whom? My browser send a request to whom? Send a request to one of the file in my local machine or not? Yes or no? My browser send a request to one of the file in my local machine or not? My browser send a request to one of my file in the local machine. Now, as per your requirement is what? Tell me. You have to load image with the Zoom logo or not? Yes or no? So where is my Zoom logo? Tell me. This is the one. Here is my Zoom logo, right? This is my Zoom logo, right? So right click on it, inspect it. Now if you see, okay, this is my Zoom svg image is there. That's okay, fine. Now can I copy this one? I already told now HTML CSS is like a public one or not? So copy element. Now that element, can I keep inside my base.html? Now tell me, if you observe here, the image tag contains how many attributes? Tell me. One is like class. Okay, this is for CSS purpose. Another one is important for us. What is the attribute name? Can you read it? What is the attribute name? Can you read it?
Source.
Source is the attribute. Why the source attribute is required means the image is somewhere. Okay, that particular image address, you have to mention, then only, right? My image get that, okay, my image tag get that image from that particular path and it's rendered or not. The source of your image you have to mention or not. Though my source of an image is this one. My source of an image is this one. The next one is like, for example, the source is like wrong, some alternate text has to display. That alternate text is like Zoom logo. This is my alternate text. This is my alternate text. Understood? Okay now? Now tell me, my question is very simple, straight question. My Zoom logo, where it is? Zoom logo, where it is? That is in my browser, by default. Okay, in my local machine, or in my Zoom people maintain, okay, one machine in the cloud. In that machine, where my Zoom logo is available? where my Zoom
Cloud.
is like placed, that is not in my local machine. In my browser also that is not there, but my logo, my Zoom website and everything is maintained by Zoom people. That is like not local mission, that is like a cloud mission or not? Yes or no? Tell me. Cloud mission. Cloud mission is nothing but out of your local machine, which can be interact by using internet with IP address, something like that. So here is my Zoom logo is there. Zoom logo. So what my browser is, what my browser has to do, tell me. My browser here, you have to show Zoom logo or not. So my browser do what? My browser requires something, means he is going to request to that person or not. Once he requested, he can get what? Once he requested, he can get what? Tell me. Once he requested,
Response.
he can get what? He can get the response or not. Once he requested, you can get the response or not. So this time my browser send a request to my cloud mission and get the response or not. Yes sir. Whatever the response, you can get it. My browser, what he is doing, my browser what he is going to do, whatever
We'll store it in
he is going to
source.
store it or not. Where he is going to store, in which tab?
Source.
In the
Source.
source tab or not? Now can you come here, can you go to the network, the previous ones, where is our file? This is the one, previous network calls. Just let me, okay, clear it. Let me clear it. Now I want to send again the request. Now tell me, my browser send how many requests now? Tell me.
Two.
Two
Two
request.
requests. One request for my page.html, another request for what?
Logo.
Logo, right? Logo, right? Now my page.html, the head address is like CEOs, and it's my local machine. But Zoom logo, it is not my local machine. This is like a cloud somewhere. It is there or not? Some in another address. It is my Zoom logo is there or not in another location? Yes or no? In another location, my Zoom logo is there. Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, now. So that now my browser send how many requests? Two requests. Get two responses or not? This is my response. Okay, this is my preview. That's okay. Preview is nothing but after rendering, how the response preview is looks like. Okay, that once rendered in the browser, how the look and feel, that one we can see in the preview. Once it is loaded in the browser, see, the look and feel is something like this or not? The look and feel is something like this or not? Yes or no?
Mhm. Yes.
Agreed, everyone? So now if you come here, my source tab, see, page.html is one. Now the next one is like, see, zoom.us static. If you come to this, zoom logo.svg, something like this or not? Zoom logo.svg, something like this or not? Yes or? Agreed? Hmm? Tell me. So in my source tab, whatever the response is there, that response stored within the source tab or not? Hmm? Here the possibilities tell me, my browser can send a request to whom? My browser can send a request to my local machine. My browser can send a request to my cloud machine to get the static files or not. One more possibility also there. Can anyone guess? If my data within the database, is my browser can send a request to the database? Is my browser can send a request to the database?
No.
No, right?
Directly no.
So that, okay, he is going to take some middleware help or not? Now, my browser send a request to the middleware. Here, the middleware is what? Can anyone guess? Here, the middleware is what?
Ajax.
A server application or not. Here the middleware is what? A server application. Server application, how we can create? Server application, how we can create? Tell me. Server application, how we can create? By using Node.js, by using Java, by using .NET, by using PHP, something like this, we can create the server-side applications. We can create the server-side applications. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now my browser send a request to the server-side application. My server-side application connected with the database and perform some required operations or not. So tell me, the overall thing is like the possibilities of my browser send a request to whom? Possibilities tell me. My browser send a request to whom? The possibilities tell me. Possibilities tell me. One is like
Local
browser send a request to my local machine. That is one. My
cloud
browser send a
machine.
request to my local machine. That is the one. The next one is like my browser send a request to the cloud machine. This is another one. Possibilities. The another one is like my browser send a request to my server side application to perform some operations on the database or not. Possibilities are there or not? Possibilities are there or not? So overall, whatever my browser send a request to, you can get the response, right? That response is stored, okay, within the browser in which tab? Which tab it is stored? The response.
Source.
Tab or
Source.
where we can track the request and responses. Request and response tracking where we can
Network.
Network.
in the network tab or not. In the network tab, we can track the request and responses or not. Agreed? Huh? So for good. Hmm? About the source and network tab. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then. The next one. Here in the source, we need to add one more point is what you know. Okay, debugging purpose. Okay. Before go with the debugging, let's go to console. Why we go for console? Can anyone? Why we go for console?
Execute the JavaScript.
Yeah. In browser, if you want to practice HTML, CSS, JavaScript, okay, no need to go. Okay, that means if you want to practice HTML, CSS, JavaScript, no need to go any editor, nothing is required. Only practice purpose, you can go with the browser itself. For example, I want to practice simply HTML. What we can do? Open the browser. Open any tab. Okay, no need of domain also. Simply right click. Right click. Done. You are in the elements tab. Whatever the previous code is there, just do edit as HTML, delete it. Delete it. Now you can write your own HTML. Okay. You can write your own HTML. H1, Dhoni something. Just do click outside. Now see, my Sachin and Dhoni loaded or not? I
Yes.
want to apply some CSS to this particular one. Now click on this. Now come to right side. My color equals to red. My font size equals to 100 pixel. Okay, display. Okay, flux. Justify content is like, okay, something, something like this. You can apply some CSS also or not. Yes, sir. Got my point. So HTML and CSS, both you can practice here or not. Same like that. JavaScript also I want to practice. Where I can practice JavaScript means my console simply working like a JavaScript working environment. My console is working like what?
JavaScript working environment.
JavaScript working environment. My console is acting like a JavaScript working environment. Okay, whenever it is like JavaScript working environment, you can write some JavaScript code and you can execute it or not. You can write the JavaScript code and you can execute it or not. Yes or no. So in the console, two things. 1 second. Hey, I'm back. Yeah, tell me. So we can practice like this, right? So what about the console? Okay, HTML and CSS if you want to practice, Elements tab is okay. So if you want to practice JavaScript, then the time you can go with the console. So in the console, what we can do is very simple. Whenever you open any website, okay, for example, you open with this website. Okay, at the time of loading this website, if you want to print some log messages, okay, see my Zoom people while loading this website, see these many log messages they printed. These many log messages they printed. Okay, here if you open this object and everything, see, okay, this device ID, some information you are getting. So if you want to print some log messages while running your application, that log messages you can print in the console. Not only the message which is related to info or error or something else also. Okay, any kind of messages we can print in the console and we can view that. Okay, you can write the code and you can view it. Understood? Got my point? Is one thing. The next thing is like the JavaScript working environment I said, right? So JavaScript working environment, how we can use it? Directly you can write the JavaScript program. For example, write a function. The given number is like even number or odd number. If you want to print it, okay, if you want, okay, then how we can function, okay, check even odd, even odd. Now it is take like how many parameters? One parameter, for example. Okay, if my number percentage to equals to 0, then the time can I print like console.log of e. Okay, else else console.log of okay odd. Then now you can write a check even. If you write like 10, okay, check even function you can call even or odd number or not. Agreed? Yes or no? Now tell me, it is acting like what? My JavaScript working environment. Directly I can write the JavaScript code, can execute it or not. Yes or no? Okay, so if you have a browser, I can practice HTML, I can practice CSS, I can practice JavaScript also or not. That's the reason. Okay, just I said like what? Okay, if you want to practice HTML, CSS, JavaScript, nothing is required. Open the browser. Okay, write HTML, write CSS, write JavaScript code or not. Okay, now tell me something about the console tab now. Console tab now. While running the application, if you want to print some log messages like success message or info message or warning message or error message, whatever it may be, those you can print here. Those you can print here. The next thing is like what? Okay, my console is acting like a working environment, JavaScript working environment or not. My console is acting like what? A JavaScript working environment. My console is acting like a JavaScript working environment. Agreed? Come on.
Yes.
Okay, na? So that is the purpose of the console. Now, what about the source? One more point I said, right? What about the source? Can anyone guess? What about the source? Okay, now debugging purpose. Debugging is nothing but we heard about that word at the time of JavaScript. Anyway, we'll discuss. Debugging is nothing but line by line execution. I want to see. See, check even number. Okay, now you can call okay, check even of 10. You are in which tab? See, you are in which tab? You are in which tab? Console tab.
Console.
Whenever you click on the check even, now my check even function executed, my debugger keyword you used, right? That means your program is executing in the debugging mode. Now see, immediately it is like move to which tab? Source tab. In the debugging version created to your program, okay, VM532, it's like okay, a cache. Okay, once it is done, automatically it's like cleared. Is the same program, it is like okay, it is like in the source tab. Now line by line execution you can see if you click on this button, next one, something like this we can see or not. So line by line execution, if you want to see, then you can go with the debugging. Okay, so how we can debug your code by using, how we can debug your code, okay, by using source tab or we can debug the code using the source. Okay, now you got some idea about elements tab, application tab, network tab and source tab. Okay, not application, sorry, elements, network, source and console tab. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me what about the application tab? Do you have any idea? Anyone? Application tab, anyone have any idea? Yes. Okay, let's take one simple scenario. This is browser. In the browser, which technologies are going to load? In the browser, which technologies are going to load?
HTML, CSS,
Client-side
JavaScript.
technologies. Client-side technologies are going to load. Client-side technologies can communicate with the database or not?
No.
No.
No, no. So they take whose help?
Server side
Rep-
application.
Server-side technologies help. Using server-side technologies, what kind of applications we can develop? Server. Using client-side applications, what client-side technologies, what kind of applications we can develop? Client
Fine.
apps. My client application communicate with whom? Server application. My server application is communicate with whom? Database.
Database.
Flow or not? Now requirement you can see. The requirement is what you know. There has one button is there. Get users. What is the button name? There has one button. Okay, what is the button name? Get users is the button. Whenever you click on the get users button, okay, I have the users data within the database. Where is my users data? I have the users data where it is in the database. So to get the users data from my client application, overall flow, tell me. Overall flow, tell me.
Client send request to server.
My
Server
client communicate with the server, my server communicate with the database or not. So client communicate with the server. So here is the client, here is the server. Okay, this much distance has to travel or not? Yes or no? My server communicate with the database. How much distance has to travel? This much distance has to travel or not? For example, okay, here to here, here to here. Okay, some distance you can. Okay, for instance, okay, some distance you can take it. Okay, to travel this much distance, obviously it takes some time or not? Yes or no? How much time it is going to take, okay, to connect with the DB? Reverse also, DB connect with the, okay, DB gives the data to the server application has to give the response back to client or not? So the same time it is going to take again or not? Yes or no? Request how much time it take, response also, okay, you can get travel that much time only or not? Yes or no? Agreed? Okay, so for example, okay, for our understanding purpose, this is like a 5 kilometers. Okay, this is like 5 kilometers. Total, how many kilometers has to travel my requester? Okay, in forward direction 5 kilometers, and again he has to come back, right? 5, 5, 5, 10. Okay, again he has to come back. 20 kilometers has to travel. Okay, to complete the request and get the users or not? Yes or no? Now 20 kilometers, it is take like, for example, 20 minutes time. 20 minutes time it is taken. Just think. Okay. After 20 minutes, you get what? After 20 minutes, what you get it? You get the response.
Response.
Yes. Okay. After some time, okay, you used that response and everything. After some time, you changed another page. In that page also, one more button is there. The same requirement, get users only. He also want. Then the time, he also want the same data. There is no change in the data. Then the time, how much he has to travel again?
20.
20 kilometers has to travel. How much time it's going to take? Again, 20 minutes is going to take or not? Like this, 10 times I want this, get users only. How many times you want me to travel? 10 times for the same data. Is it recommended one? Is it recommended one? Tell me.
No.
No, right? Okay, can you find some solution then? First
Once
time
first
there is
time it will be
first time there
response.
is no option. Okay, you have to travel 20 kilometers. After 20 minutes you get the response, right? Can you store that response in the browser itself somewhere? Can you store it? Yes or no? Once you stored in the browser, now the data, two places, one is like in the browser, another one is like in the database. Remaining 9 times you want the users, right? Then that time, which one is easy for my browser? My browser want to go to the database, get the data, or my browser itself has the data, that one you want me to take? Which one is easy for my browser? Browser, right? Within, okay, 20 kilometers, 20 minutes is going to take. But here to here only, just I need to travel, right? Within 1 minute I can get the response or not? Just think like that. Okay, you want me to spend 20 meter? Okay, do you want me to, okay, just do the journey 20 kilometers? So 1 kilometer, which one is like easy for us? Obviously 1 kilometer or not? Yes or no? So the thing is, I said, first time you travel 20 kilometers and get the response, right? That response you stored in the browser, right? So where my response is stored in the browser means my browser has their own storages. those storages are in my application tab, like local storage, session storage, IndexedDB, cookies, like this multiple browser storages are there. Any one of the storage you can use to store your data or not. Yes or no? In the browser. Whenever you required, instead of travel 20 kilometers, just I have the data, just you can use that data or not. Yes or no? Tell me.
But that response we were storing in sources tab, right?
No. Okay. You manually stored, you get that response. That's okay. You get that response. My browser is going to place. You want to manually, if you want to store it. Okay. Source tab for what purpose? You send a request to and get the response. That response my browser is going to place. Okay. And it's like displayed. That's it. Every request and response. I don't want to send the request again and again or not. Source depending on the request and responses. But here, every time you want me to send a request,
No.
no, right? To avoid that request and responses, we are going to store the data. I don't want to send a request. My source tab completely depending on what? Request to response. Once you get the response, you store the response and use it. That request related response. But here you avoid first time only you send the request, that response is stored in the browser storage. Next time onwards, are you sending the request? Are you sending the request? No, right? Come on. Agreed? Got my point?
Yes.
So my application tab contains what? My application tab contains what?
Local storage
Yeah,
sessions
Storage.
tab.
my application tab maintain or contains our browser storages. Tell me some browser storages, what you know. Local storage, session storage, cookies, IndexedDB. Okay, like this multiple browser storages are there. Any one of the storage you can use to store the data based on your requirement. Understood, everyone? Okay.
Yep.
Any questions? Okay. For
Um,
now, I'm going to stop. Okay. Day after tomorrow, we are going to add you to the group. Okay, so that okay we can discuss okay all the things, assignments and everything in the group itself. Okay, will inform you like if we take any sessions in the middle. Okay, one day before only we'll inform. Okay, based on your availability we can plan the sessions. Okay.
Okay. So what else is remaining, sir, in HTML? So,
Yeah, there has tags are there. Okay, different okay input controls are there. Okay, which are required for React table list, how to prepare. Okay, render content in the browser, it's like iframe. Okay, important things. Okay, one more session is required, those things we'll discuss later.
so when can we complete this one? HTML, CSS. Yeah, one
Next week.
session.
Yeah, next week. Okay,
Next.
HTML is one session. Okay, next week mostly. Okay, 4 hours we are going to take. CSS is going to complete. Okay. Next weekend I targeted to CSS. In this weekend, one day we can take it to complete the HTML.
Okay, so next Saturday
Sunday,
we will complete.
we targeted to CSS. Yes.
And CSS is only one session.
No, 4 sessions,
Oh,
right?
right,
4 hours. But 2 days, 2 days, right? We are going to take.
right. 2 days. 2 days we will complete the CSS also.
Yeah, CSS. If pending is there in the weekdays, we can take one day or something like that.
Okay.
Any questions?
Sure.
no, sir.
Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.